UniVerge Business Connect, or BCT, is an intuitive suite of modules that will keep agents, supervisors, and managers engaged with customers, driving loyalty and satisfaction out of this world. Easy is important. Allowing your customers to reach you in multiple ways will make them want to connect when it doesn't take any effort, leaving them happy and impressed with their experience. Isn't this what you want to? Welcome to the Supervisor dashboard of Business Connect. Supervisors click on the client icon on their desktop and use a personal login and password to open the Supervisor dashboard. It's also possible to have the application automatically open upon sign-in. This video provides an overview of the BCT Supervisor dashboard with regards to the real-time views and historical reporting. The dashboard is divided into two sections, the navigation panel on the left and the workspace on the right. Supervisor access is determined by the rights assigned to each login profile. When you run the dashboard the first time, you'll have a default view with predefined windows designed to make it easy to start monitoring the contact center right away. I'll create a new view and show you how this works. I'll select the New View icon on the navigation panel, which by default will be named View with the timestamp. In order to make it easy to select the view I want, I can rename the views to something that is meaningful to me so I can tell them apart from the default view. Although I can rename and delete the default view as well, as long as I have created at least one additional view. I already have a favorite view set up. Each pane includes the first 4 routers in your profile. Routers are where calls are delivered and queued for agents. So if you have more than 4 routers, that's 4 you don't have to select. This is also true when creating new views. In any case, new and existing views may also be modified, and any changes you make are saved when you log out. Let's take a moment and see just what information is actually available in the windows. Service levels are set by administrators, and each router may have a different time threshold. I can select the display and select Show Bar Values if I want to see numbers on the graphs. Much better. The graph in the service level window pane now shows the percentage of success for each router. The current service level percentage is calculated on the last 5 calls. Today is just for the day. The Calls tab shows the total number of answered calls, abandoned calls, and other calls like callbacks for each router. Queue length displays the number of calls waiting. The Agents tab shows the number of agents that are currently idle, working, not ready, logged out, and inactive. Over here on the right are a few of the popular monitor panels. The Router Monitor displays great information similar to what I just showed you in some of the other panes, except it's in text format, and all in one window, which makes it easy to see the total picture. There's actually more information than what you see here. I can add and remove any of the columns in this list and customize my view. Highlighting one of the routers shows the information on that particular router for both queued and active calls. This lets me see exactly what's happening without chasing calls. If I want to see any of the information in a different order or quickly see which router answered the most calls today, I can easily move and sort columns. Oh, and I have the option to show the averages and totals. Pretty handy, I'd say. Hey, it looks like we have a couple of alerts to check out. I can define alerts that help me better keep an eye on the dynamics of my contact center and take action before performance degrades below acceptable levels. Alerts can be visual and/or audible. The criteria for alerts covers calls in queue, how long calls are waiting, abandons, and also helps draw attention to active calls that appear to take longer than necessary. If there's an alert on a call that has lasted longer than 10 minutes, this might be a good time to listen to see why it's still active. This site has quite a few agents visible in the agent monitor, but not all are logged in. I can hide the logged out agents, or view them if I need to see who is not working, in case I want to log on some more agents. I can also hide the not ready agents. My personal preference is to show the not ready agents and hide the logged out agents. There. Now I can easily see who is not ready. When agents are on calls, I can see the caller ID. I can activate an agent in a particular group if I see we need backup. I can track and compare how many calls each agent has answered. Even better, I can see how long it's been since each agent's last call. Mary's not working in sales right now. I can right-click and add her to sales while call volume is high. Lou hasn't been on a call in quite a while. I wonder what he's doing. Let's give him a call and find out. Hey Lou, are you busy working on something special? Okay, great. I can log agents in by setting any logged out agent to ready or not ready. Change agent states, and silent monitor calls. Once I'm monitoring, if I barge in or intrude on the call, it's no longer silent monitoring. If I need to quickly find Mary, there's a search bar to locate a particular agent. Quick, right? The email monitor will only appear if you're using the email module. You can click on any email and read the history. The callback option, where callers may opt to be called back and keep their place in the queue or schedule a callback for a later time, is included in the BCT application. Isn't that great? If you use this option, callbacks retain their position in queue and are displayed in the outbound monitor. In addition, it's also used to track outbound campaigns. The outbound module is an add-on option if you want to use BCT as an inbound and outbound blended contact center. The last monitor I have in my login profile is the queue monitor. The queue monitor shows each call waiting for every router in your profile with important information such as arrival and wait time. If a name is in the agent field in the queue monitor, see Lillian, that call is still queued but ringing on Lillian's phone and waiting for her to answer. This is great information for a supervisor. There are other panels available, so I'll create another new view and check out some I haven't covered as yet. This time, I'll show you some neat tricks for customizing the views. In a new view, I can select the X to close each window, or even easier, select Close All But This. Now I have one window pane that's huge. How easy was that? Now select the Add New Panels option. You've seen several of these panels in the view we just created, but there's more. Several of the bar charts are already available in the default new view, so this time I'll pick a few of the other windows we haven't seen yet. I'll select Idle and Working Agents, and Average Call Duration, Average Service Time, and Longest Waiting Time from the bar charts column. If I want Working Agents to be the first of the agent tabs, I can slide it right over. You'll notice they are all big views that come one tab at a time. It's really convenient to be able to rearrange the screen in any order I like. I'll click on Working Agents and select Split Vertical. This moves it to the bottom of the screen. Do the same for Idle Agents, Split Vertical as well. Actually, I want Idle Agents next to Working Agents, so I can simply drag it and place them side by side using the compass. Next, I'll tackle the call windows. I'll split Longest Waiting Time horizontal, so I have 4 easy-to-read quadrants with a logical layout where I can quickly find what I'm looking for. We'll create one more view so I can show you the other options from the navigation panel. Below My Views on the navigation panel are other options that we can include in our existing views or create in their own view. Additional sections in the navigation panel are Floor Plan, Analysis, Call Tracking, and Reporting. Floor Plan monitors agents in a layout that resembles their actual position in a work environment. The floor plan shares similar functionality with the agent monitor, but gives a visual representation. Adding a picture allows you to put a face with the voice in your contact center. Analysis displays historical information about the call volume in your contact center. It's great to identify busy hour, busy day, week, agent, etc. Let's see what we look like today. I can select any combination of routers or all of them at once. The table view shows the information in text form. The pie chart and bar chart views show the same information in graphical form. The charts may be saved as images to use in reports or presentations. Changing to agent analysis, I'll keep the same time period and see if anyone shines more than the others. Next, let's take a look at the call tracking option. Call tracking is another way to find information about individual calls to the contact center. Let's look at customer service. In any query, the most recent 1,000 entries are shown. I can sort and drag columns. It's also possible to view the history for the entire call from this window by clicking on a particular call and also any step within the call itself. Great, right? A bonus feature of the call tracking option is being able to select calls and add them to an agent callback service. The selection of calls is made by supervisors. Let's look at an example of how this feature can be utilized. I'll sort the output on the results column and focus on abandons. I can simply select all of the abandoned calls in the list and add them to the agent callback service. The system will automatically remove duplicate numbers, and the valid callbacks will be delivered to agents. Once the customer answers the call, I know to say, "Hello, this is Jeff. I see we missed a call from you." This is a great customer satisfaction tool. This completes the real-time monitoring, and now we move on to everyone's favorite topic, historical reporting. The full reporting package provides reports for calls, agents, and much more. Let me show you some of the popular reports and discuss why they help manage your contact center. We'll take a look at an agent analysis, router analysis, answered, and abandoned reports so you have an idea and see just how much there is. For example, the agent analysis report shows and compares call volume and other information between agents. Check out how many calls were offered, answered, and transferred by each agent. It also includes calls to and from their business line and the time they spent in various states. Router analysis is similar, except the data is on the routers instead of the agents. The router answered calls list shows each call, shows when a call was received, which agent answered the call, and how long they spoke. The router abandoned call lists the number of calls that were disconnected before being answered. A report wizard walks you through generating reports, which makes this so easy to use. Instead of running a new report and having to pick all the parameters I want to include, I can edit an existing report. I'll edit this router analysis report. This time I'll move everything, leaving only the required fields, and just add answered and abandoned back in. Since each value can produce a slightly different report, you can see how many variations of the same report I can run. Doing that for every report, imagine how many different reports you can actually produce. Editing an existing report saves so much time, and it's really helpful. Report output can be on demand or scheduled to be delivered every 15 minutes. Wow, I can't even imagine. Every hour, every day, each week, or each month. It can be sent via email as PDF, Excel, Word, or CSV file. Okay, enough about reports. I hope you realize there's a lot of historical data you can access that will help you manage your contact center. We'll finish today by looking at the System Capacity Calculator. Let's say I'm aware that a new sales promotion is being launched next week and I need an idea on how best to staff. I can use the System Capacity Calculator to try out a few what-if scenarios to see what results I might expect. The calculator allows me to change some indicators and see the effect on the overall capacity and performance. Indicators being service levels, agents, calls, and abandons. For example, I know that the new promotion will increase the calls in the sales router. How many agents do I need if I think we'll easily get 100 calls per hour and I have to maintain a 90% service level? As soon as I select Ready Agents as the indicator and Sales as the router, the calculator displays what the stats look like right now. I'll change the service level to 90%, the calls per hour to 100, the service time, that's how long the calls wait to be answered, to 30 seconds, and that I expect the calls to last about 3 minutes each. The calculator tells me that I should have at least 9 ready agents. Good to know. The last thing you need to know is that this is the same application used to design and configure call flow programming. However, call flow design and programming is outside the scope of what a day-to-day supervisor needs to see and do in the Supervisor dashboard. In summary, Business Connect Supervisor dashboard is easy to learn and easy to use. Supervisors have access to real-time and historical data, can customize their setup, manage events, and virtually unlimited reporting. But don't forget, it's also an intuitive suite of modules that will keep agents, supervisors, and managers engaged with customers. Need more information? Have a question? Or would you like to see a full in-depth demonstration? Contact your NEC account representative or send us an email at necfocus@necam.com.